Today, we're diving into a story about a kid named Hazer, who is caught up in a power so unsettling it's hard to wrap your head around. He's on a path to becoming a weapon, but the real question is, what kind of weapon will he be? This is his story.
So let me just ask you this. What if the world you see every day, the reality that everyone else just accepts, what if, to you, it felt fundamentally broken?
Well, that is the world our guy Hazer lives in. And this one line from his own thoughts, it just says it all. Everything seemed a little broken, as if reality itself was collapsing in silence. It's this deep, deep feeling of being on the outside looking in, you know? The sense that the very fabric of the world is coming apart at the seams, and you're the only one who can see it.
To really get what's happening to him, we have to start at the beginning. We're going to look at how his world was already unraveling, how his reality felt completely strange right from the get-go.
So who is this kid, Hazer? Well, he's a total mystery right from birth. Found as a baby wrapped in a wolf skin, he gets adopted by the Aris clan, but they're always cautious with him. He's just different. He sees things nobody else can, like shadows moving on their own or sounds that repeat with no source. And we're not talking about a kid with a big imagination. This is a constant, twisted reality that just walls him off from everyone else.
And that gap between him and, well, everyone, it's huge. Even his adoptive mother, the person who's supposed to be closest to him, says, "My son doesn't live among us, but in a place I cannot reach." I mean, that's just heartbreaking, isn't it? It shows you his isolation isn't just in his head. It's a real wall that even love can't seem to break through.
So what is happening to him? We're calling it the unseen world. Think of it as a constant sensory overload, a flood of visions, sounds, and feelings that only he can perceive. And listen, this isn't him going crazy. It's a different and frankly terrifying reality that he is completely trapped inside.
So all this chaos inside his mind, what happens when it finally spills out? Well, this is where the monster awakens. This is that moment when Hazer's fractured inner world erupts into our world, and the consequences are absolutely horrifying.
And it all kicks off with something so simple. Taunts. A group of kids, led by a bully, pushes Hazer one step too far. And in that moment, something inside him just snaps. He lets out these words, almost unconsciously, in a language that isn't human. Agla, Zithram, Kaios, Dasus. And just like that, things go sideways. Horribly. The bullies' faces warp. Their bodies twist into these monstrous things with glowing red eyes. And they don't just stand there. They go on a rampage, burning the entire village down with this awful, evil joy.
But here's the really chilling part. His power, it wasn't just some magic attack. No, it was way more twisted than that. It acted like a dark mirror. It took all of Hazer's hidden anger and all of the bully's own inner cruelty, and it made it real. It didn't create monsters from nothing. It just showed the monsters that were already there, hiding underneath.
So the village is in ruins, and out of the smoke and chaos, a new player enters the game. This isn't just some random soldier. What we're about to see is a kind of shadowy protection. Suddenly, this isn't just about Hazer's personal horror anymore. It's getting pulled into something much, much bigger.
And it all happens so fast. Hazer's just sitting there, alone in the smoking ruins of everything he's ever known. Then, a squad of these elite armored soldiers just appears. Their commander, this guy named Zubaya, takes off his helmet and he looks at Hazer. And there's this flash of recognition. He knows something. With no explanation, he just takes the boy with him, offering a type of safety that feels anything but safe.
And this right here, this sets up the whole dynamic of the story. You've got Hazer, who's lost, terrified, and for him, this power is a total, uncontrollable disaster. And then you have Zuba, who is disciplined, focused, a guy who sees power not as a catastrophe, but as a tool, something to be understood and used.
And Zuba, he doesn't mince words. He lays it out for Hazer, cold as ice. He says, "If it becomes out of control, I will kill you before you kill anyone else." So let's be crystal clear about this. This is not a rescue. This is a cold, hard bargain. Zuba isn't a savior. He's a warden, plain and simple.
So where does this dark pact lead? It leads them here.
to the forge of a weapon. Hazer is about to walk into a world that's been built to do one of two things: hammer his power into something useful or shatter him completely.
Welcome to the Night School. And the description really says it all. A grim, black fortress where the weak are broken and the strong are forged. This place isn't about education. It's a crucible. It's designed to burn away every bit of weakness until only strength remains.
Let's just break down what life is like here, okay? The level of discipline, it's extreme. We're talking 90% cranked to the max. The welcome you receive, about as hostile as it gets. And your chance of survival if you're considered weak, yeah, not great. There is absolutely no room for the scared little boy Hazer used to be.
And his first day? Man, it is a trial by fire. He shows up, totally alone, and immediately gets targeted by another bully. An instructor steps in, but not to help him. Nope, he drags him to the commander, who makes it clear he already knows all about Hazer's dangerous little secret. Then he's just thrown into the training yard and told to learn the sword, where everyone just laughs at him because he's too weak to even lift the wooden one. It's a relentless, non-stop assault.
But then, something snaps. Pushed to the edge, mocked by everyone, Hazer takes all that fear, all that rage, and he channels it, not into some chaotic explosion, but into the sword itself. He focuses everything into one single perfect blow, and it completely shatters the training dummy. Everyone just stares, stunned into silence. It took just one strike. For the very first time, we see his power not as a curse, but as a weapon. And this moment, this one strike, brings us to the commander's challenge, the question that defines Hazer's new reality, and the title of our story. He asks, every weapon has two faces, a face that protects and a face that destroys. Which will you choose to show? Hazer isn't just a boy anymore. He's a weapon in the making. And the choice he makes from this point on will change everything. So what face do you think he'll choose? What face would you?